来，他这些学员说，那你们讲说，那东个谁啊？da，那个就让先唱嘛，但让几我买不先，什么叫他们这个东个谁过来，加上了第一主播是吧？加上了第一主要的东个谁的，我说三路那了，什么叫我当就讲入，人们接见东个谁嘛都，那这个接东个谁都买来是。就是那个东西是个讨论描述的开始呢，那我这里特别节，特别短的来讲那样的什么当，他特别短的好过样的，那这些都定义成主这些年主，我讲你们要不结婚的事情，我第一个人的学会的学了。
And good afternoon. So this morning we spoke about how to achieve this innermost wish that we all share. This instinctive yearning that we have to experience only happiness and to avoid all suffering and frustration and misery. So this is a wish that we all share, and on this deepest of level there's no difference between any of us. The best way to achieve this is to change our way of thinking. To achieve a state of lasting, stable happiness, a state devoid of suffering, is not dependent on material situations, but through our own inner development, our development of our way of thinking. And the very best way to change our way of thinking is through reflection and meditation. The meaning of meditation is developing positive ways to think and eliminating harmful ways of thinking. And the very best method to be able to do this effectively is through hearing a vast array of teachings, whilst reflecting on the meaning of those teachings. And when coming to understand the meaning in a way that is certain, where one gains conviction of the meaning of what one has been studying, then one is ready to engage in meditation that is based on the minds of calm abiding and meditative insight.
And Kulon can cool as in it, Jajusem is in much cool as and Jajusem Gialiana, Gituba Shomonam Jarias and Digor Mashiarida.
And moreover, when when engaging in meditation, the topic to be meditated on are the various aspects within the Buddha Dharma. For our meditation to be one of the Buddha Dharma, one needs to be meditating on what Buddha Shakyamuni himself taught. And the very essence, the innermost meaning of what Buddha Shakyamuni taught was how to eliminate suffering and thereby achieve lasting happiness. This was the essence of all the various techniques that Buddha Shakyamuni gave. And moreover, to become a Buddha, the only way to become a Buddha is to engage in the cultivation of this virtuous mind, powered by the other cherishing mind, having completely abandoned the self-cherishing mind. In other words, to develop the mind of bodhicitta.
That's it. Tesum Gombeki, Tetar Tesum Gombeki, Hawaii, Gombe, Nenam, Gula Jumbese, Sila Gambe, Sedi Nawada, Radio de Pelonam Mission Show, said Sixty Molam Sixty.
Then we come now to the 16th verse. I have a very slightly different translation. When the key points of the Buddha's intent dawn upon me through study, contemplation, and meditation, I pray that desires of this life forever bonded to samsara and thoughts of my happiness alone never arise in my mind.
대다로 퇴섬 공배 대다로 퇴섬 공배 기와 있어요. 아주 퇴섬 공숨 제도 아주 신야디 뒤로 왔다 가지고 만들 롭장 가르치 배네 직 당보 마신 바인데 당보 안에 랍래 기인전 주 직장 퇴제 기인디 파수 랍 Dine Tuyangdu and Dondadi to Didi Tugua, Tuyang to some of the jet, some of the din Dondadi Shingorwa, Dina Sing Azuki, and the Sanyi Sonship, Sonrablia, Mango Tubache, Tebe, Dundalana, and somebody Donda the Haukoje, and a Gomio, and a combat Delia, Yud, Gombi, Sheva, and so Lon Nuba Chabachin Gigor was. Cesar Gomio de Dine Gombe and the Garaha gave you Gomba, gave you Gombe Nenam, Gula Jumbe says, that's on your Jumdendigi, Mount to choose on Yamlin Chihuazo, Donda Mopo, so the Career Lamna, and Mount Ranchibu Maya Simja Tam, Sanji Gopon Toyadi, that Donda Mu Dirisha, Sanji Sonia Chek Chasam, Tisa, Manjin Yamlin, Jehuri, Sanji Sonia, Donda new body, and how to Simja Tam Joe. Dumale Church and Sanjuko Toyadi did his. Jason Denigi Dundadi, Yula Jumbe says that Yula Hako to the word, and Yula Jumba said, so Hako is or companion and Jumbe says it.
So looking at the first two lines, when the key points of the Buddha's intent dawn upon me through study, contemplation, and meditation. So, the process that is described, that was prescribed by Buddha Shakyamuni, was the process that he himself experienced. So he taught not just mere knowledge, but he taught based on his own experience. And what he taught in many ways is similar to what we experience in our everyday lives, in the world in general. If one has a wish to become, for example, an expert in a particular field, to become a scholar or renowned, a master of a particular skill, then whatever that may be, the sequence is similar. One first trains under the care of someone who's skilled. So, for example, in our cases, we went to school, we learned to read and write, and as we progressed through the classes, we got teachers who taught us new skills. And we progressed through our schooling like this, went to university, and then we perhaps started to study particular topics in great detail and did research by ourselves, thought about the meaning of what we were studying, perhaps wrote a thesis, etc. And in this way, not only did we become greatly knowledgeable, but we gained an in-depth understanding through our own analysis. So that is exactly the same process as Buddha Shakyamuni went through, and he has taught to us. First, one needs to hear a vast array of teachings to gather knowledge, and whilst one is gathering that knowledge, reflect on those teachings, analyze those teachings, think about the meaning of them. And in this way, one will come to a far greater detail of the object to be meditated on, or of the topic to be meditated on. So this is the same way that people become experts in the world or gain mastery of their field, and this is the same for us as Buddhist practitioners who want to gain mastery over our own mind. So here we're being advised to engage in study, contemplation, and meditation, or hearing, reflection, and meditation. And when the key point of the Buddha's intent, so the key point of the Buddha's intent, this is to generate the wish and thereafter cultivate the skills to be able to guide all sentient beings to a state of enlightenment themselves. So to develop the overwhelming yearning and thereafter the skills so as to become a spiritual mentor to all sentient beings and enable them to develop the minds of the Buddha Dharma within their own continuums and attain the state of enlightenment. So this is what we strive to dawn up within our own minds.
Chiki Zemozayagi Digi Ruda, Chiki Dene, Manzu Gupenjor Sache, Dene, Chiki Digi Ruyada, Zugida, Chiki Gobunioso Digi Ruya, Anti Kamjam Ro, Chiki Digi Ruya, Dimembigada, Chik Guchimbo, Damyada, Gira, Chimbo Semi, Chitiki, Denegi Digi, the next time the chopping on the choppy Chapa Yungores. 대양 안에 가려 용 것은 랑대 되비게 소소랑 현다 선마다 랑이 기고 고고도 나디고 고고도 다 소소랑 되어 디게 소소 잠기 된다래야 삼 나디고 고고도 나디고 고고도 선비게 데니게 삼는 다지 나네 대한주 다 데니 차쟁한 주게 다 소소게 디기 용에 된다라 가시게 다 변주랑 삼로 갈당 것은 변주를 하고는 디용을 삼제 소소 디기라야 된다라 현다스는 배샤 초야다 현다스를 구마자야다 지한지 소소 디기 용에 된다라 현라 안데 지게 고할다야다 현라 자선 시야다 데네 다 말을용으로 지산 대수 차상한테 디기 주비에게 탑람 디중세식 디기 용나 되니 풀이야 강아리고레스 지산 디기 템포리 고 말았어 지산 알아서는 넘균 삼로리 디기 주에 삼는 마시 되는 시야리 고레지 지산 데니기 실라 감비기 체디기 잠기에는 디기 잠린 라 아니 지 랑디양 랑den기도 랑기도달라 소소라라 체디기 안 디기 잠 주야리야 차바기제 안 디고레 데니 차바기 되바이나 저 코알라 타투고 말레스 동안 강아디 메버스 두고 말레스 오라
Looking at the third and fourth line, I pray that desires of this life, forever bonded to samsara, and thoughts of my own happiness alone, never arise in my mind. So this really describes how we tend to live our lives, certainly up to this point. This is what dominates our way of thinking. So I pray that desires of this life forever bonded to samsara. So this is what we usually experience in terms of whatever we are thinking about is usually included in this third line. In that, whatever appears to our mind, whatever arises in our mind, we then believe that the phenomena exist in this way, and we develop attachment to this. And these appearances tend to be about samsaric objectives, about things that are forever bound or completely consumed within the experiences of samsara. So this then would include, for example, if we having the thought that comes, I'd like to want my work endeavors to be successful so that I can be wealthy. And I want to be wealthy because I want all these particular possessions or to buy this kind of home or car. Moreover, I want to be influential. I want to have prestige. I want to be respected. So these kinds of thoughts are certainly bound within those of cyclic. These are the thoughts that keep us bound within cyclic existence. Moreover, when you think about having a good time with our friends or going to watch sporting matches, these kinds of very worldly goals and desires, these are all what are part of keeping us bound within this samsaric experience. So within this we see, and expressed in the second line, in these thoughts for samsaric happiness, whose happiness are we primarily motivated to achieve? Mostly ourselves alone, possibly also our loved ones as well, but there's very little that goes beyond that. Our primary motivation is for ourselves and our immediate circle alone. And moreover, what is the happiness that we strive with so much physical and mental energy? It's just to achieve happiness in this life. This is our usual way of thinking, this is our usual method to try and achieve happiness. But the problem with this way of thinking and all the activities that result from this is, whilst certainly they will lead to some temporary experiences of happiness, will have no impact in terms of attaining liberation from suffering.
소수기 대화의 주의하게 주고도 선배 삼로 숙치마 다제 안데니게 슈티기 하는 아주 체디기 자와 주의하려 차상 주변에 되는 별와 제모를 세베나 소소 토부의 삼지 소소 대화의 토비하게 된다려 배지 대량 암라 제제 제모 제베는 소소 마톱나 가셔서 좋아란 그래 현는 넘주도 돼야다 되는지도 대지니를 굴론들 소소랑 토부의 삼비 삼로 숙치마 디왕게 랑된기 난 디톱네 기우용 그래 삼제 델 삼차과 제제 안디네 삼다에는 Digi Judela, Karimuresene, Madonna Sosa Kanga, Sosa Makibo, Korasa, Michalia, Namu Duchet, Michel and the Muchet, Michel Sosa Govich Mares, Sandi Junedela, and then Nuaj Mother, Dia Mares. Then the Kimza Jinala sometime Karina, Chikansu Kimza, Misachinala, Sosora, India, what Duku sitting on, did some of the Shukshimbu Yovena, then Kimzana, Shalia, Tonjo, Shankangatia, the York Muris, and did it. And it Jiso in there that Jiso, Jihapsina, Pombora Chevine, that in India, what Duku, some Devana, and Mirror, some really, you're a Deva Mira, Jungur, Sosora, Narang, Deva doing he, some of the Drogo, some of the Rawangi. Dinigi some Dajes, Anzu Korvigi, then Delia Charge, and Jevena, and Digi rounding somebody and Tapachi on 2 matters, China, Jelia, no truth and Kamajimato, Digi to 2 matter, Kamase 2 matters.
And this expression here, and thoughts are my happiness alone. So this is something we need to really look for within our own minds, because when doing so, we'll see how this pervades our motivation. That we strive with such energy to try and fulfill our own wishes, and with this wish, this desire to fulfill our own wishes, we then engage in a multitude of activities, consuming our time, consuming our energy, our physical energy, our mental energy. And an easy illustration to understand is if we think it was just a long weekend, so there was a lot of sport this weekend, and if one's team was playing against a rival, then you would have been wishing with all your heart that your team wins and the rival loses. So it's very clear you're thinking about yourself, maybe the team and their supporters, but this is your own wish. And within this competitive attitude, there's no thought of, oh, may the better team win. May everyone become happy with the outcome. May they play a clean game. May the most skilled win. With one's own wish being foremost, one wants one's own team to win. And if they do it through a few sneaky methods, this is just going to make you happy because you'll think they're being really clever. And this is how this attitude of wanting to fulfill one's own wishes then impacts on physical and verbal behavior. And then the response that comes from others, not one of appreciation, but rather they respond in kind. If they see you as competing against them, they're going to want to compete back. If they see you pushing in other circumstances, you're pushing your way of thinking, being perhaps over-domineering, they're likely to respond in kind, or at the very least, even if they say nothing, they're not going to be very happy. And this doesn't only act out this isn't only expressed in the sporting arena. Within our own family, amongst those that we love and care for most, we also act in this way. Within our own family, when we're holding closely to our own wishes, wanting things to go our way, then through grasping tightly at this desire to have our way achieved, this then leads to disharmony, leads to arguments. This happens, of course, in one's place of work, whether in one's place of work or in those that we observe, such as in the political field. And there we can see how through people pushing for their own goals, their own wishes to be fulfilled, and seeing that as paramount, and not having capacity to consider the wishes of others, they alienate others from themselves. And moreover, they don't even achieve the best outcome because their mind is closed to just fulfilling their own needs. So this is not a skillful method. This is not a method that leads to happiness. This is a method for conflict. So happiness is not achieved through the selfish intent.
다 소소 라랑이 되어 소소기 되기 주야다 소소 라랑이 되어 주고 냐냐 삼로 슈치 뭐여 봐이나 니 직제되 아니 마 미망게 소소 라랑 되어 될 마조 봐이나 마냐 봐이나 같이 오라서네 아니 지야 냐다다야 전강나 우야 미소야 딩고로 봐다 지사디 디기 안소야 미니 미망야 강아 전강나 땅 미소에 딘시데 미마디기 뽐버디 어디 아무도 레기 말와 내가 들이야 직고에 서서서 현하게 원게 콜녀베네 나서만 나로다 뭐 디디 야부 자오지네 민도 고급라나 디디 메바서 섬섬 리기로 진짜 디네 인자 랑둥이 삼로 슈치 못다 디네 랑둥이 돈달에 체디 돈다게 소수기 디기 주야다 직 기우야다 디네 자 삼다지 내가 레어도 디기 스쿨노 디기 내가 레바나 샤리아 네게 뭐지 디겐제 샤리 라라 까마 미샤라 까마 라신니가라 까마리고르와 디니스용고르와서 제사 디니기 랑둥이 삼비고 군에 라제 안 체디기 안 디기 삼냐 안 돈돈이게 자와 주바이나 안 디기 안 가도 디기 용통 말해서 그러다
네. Mit Katarina, männlich ja. Okay. So if you think so, it's election time in Australia, and perhaps you're perceiving the election. Oh, yeah, not about Australia. In general. So in general, if we look at the political, the way that leaders in different circumstances in the world, so we can look at whether it's a democracy or a authoritarian government, then through pushing to get things their own way, they will of course upset part of their population because not everyone will agree with their way of thinking. And due to their strong desire to have things go their way and their way only, they may imprison their own people, they may create problems for those who do not agree with them. And then this kind of harsh behavior towards the people that they are supposed to be take responsibility for achieving their welfare, they end up harming these people. And if people then again end up ever more embittered towards their political leaders, then in the future, when they have the opportunity to harm their political leaders, they may well do so. So what we're seeing here is through having a selfish intent, through having been dominated by the self-cherishing mind, then unhappiness comes for others as well as for oneself.
간에 삼로 간에 땅구래 람나 제상 저기 퇴바체 삼바체 곰게디 아니 곰게디 삼로 간에 랑등게 삼로 따제 퇴바체 곰게 산주고왕 토와치기스네 디 카포레스 강말에 동말에스 제상 디 삼로 가다선 현심전 탐지 동안 자고도 현심전 탐지 디기단 자고 디기단天国도 제상 심전 탐지 동안 자와디 뇨모바 빵주제 뇨모바 빵매 방제 아니 디기데 검겨주데 아니 디기 동아 세고고래 지선 내내게 심제 탐지기 디기 자와다 동아당 자와다 디기 주야라 땅내지 선비가 라섬 넘바다와 디왕기 땅에 심제 탐지 선주고바 토벌 지기 선비게 토벌 쇼 선비 내내 자주심 유군이라 라섬 잠니제다 자주심 유군이라제 안 퇴섬 검섬 지고래스 지서 검 퇴바제다 아니 삼바당 검제되게 아니 딘시고래스 지난 내내기 내가 간에 제비네 다 퇴섬 검섬 제야돼 샴페인 삼바 자주심다 아니 잠니제 예제 자주심디 개월 쇼세비 아니 도시는 뭐람 자고래스 요래다
Other than through engaging in the process of hearing teachings, reflecting on them, and meditating on them, it's very difficult to overcome this deep-grained selfish intent, this concern for oneself primarily. So it's really through this technique of receiving teachings, reflecting on them, and meditating on them that we can become free of this mind, because it's through this process that we can give rise to the wish to free all beings from suffering, because it is through training others, teaching others how to become free of suffering, that they will attain the state of lasting happiness. And then here, when he's starting to have as an objective the welfare of others, and as this is developed, these minds of love and compassion are developed ever more strongly, then the mind of special intention, or the altruistic attitude of universal responsibility, this arises within in oneself. When one has this altruistic attitude, then in order to fulfill it, one commits to becoming a Buddha, the most skilled of guides, the guide who is able to train sentient beings, teach sentient beings in accordance with their individual personalities. And here, with this commitment to become a Buddha for the sake of others, one has given rise to bodhicitta. And with this wish of this mind of bodhicitta arisen, then one will want to ever more engage in, one will want to, with an ever stronger motivation, engage in receiving teachings, reflecting and meditating on them. And moreover, in whatever activities one engages in one's life, one will do so with the wish to bring benefit through those activities to others.
냠는제 퇴바제 퇴삼제 곰제 디차사네 소수기 개변 주요 소수지구 삼단교 말해서 지상 소수지구 삼단제 소수지구도 나다 디용로다 어당아 게다제다 내가 지금 어디 신샤사다 되는 망고 장제 한 소수기 지금 게다제 소수기 한 지게 변조사야다 되는 신선배 삼로 연구로 와더라 되는 되는 제와이나 아니 소수기 디기 주야다 소소게 개방이 된다래 퇴섬 검숨 제바이나 아니 디기 산요고만 톱투 말레스 안디 산지 요고마데 퉁고 말레스 산요 쯤는 디기 공바데 가래라는 최송고에게 송고에게 송제 퇴바제 삼바제 고만 검냠는 제고래서디 산요 쯤는 디기 공바데 가래라 셈전 탐지기 된다래 셈전의 펜부 주야 신유 동화세야 된다 지산 신유 동화세야다 셈전이 심지를 펜베 주발라 근데 사지고 소소라랑 사지고 봐 토백이 토고고 가르치 사지 공부디레스 진짜 심지 탐지게 된다 심지 탐지 동화세야 심지 되기 주야 된다라 사지고 봐 토고래 디토발라 퇴섬 공숨 제고래 해서 사지기 공부디레스 진짜 소소기 소소 지구에 된다 되기 주야 된다라 퇴섬 공숨 지나 사지 공부디야 튕기미도 와스 지산 산지 공부대한 튕겨 말에 지산 소소기 디지구 소소지구 삼다도 제반나 산지 공부 톱투 말에서 마도바 인자다나 산지 공부도 튕비기 토네 냠는 가르치고래 람나 맞아 최선 공부 지구 군로데라 셴리아 아니 셴동아다 세되기 아니 세와디비게 제와 아니 셴심전지 디기데 데모디비게 잠바 대항하는 의지기 집을 라섬게 라섬디 장제 니심자 탐지 사주고바 토바 지긴스 제사 산지고바 토바라 대인장이 퇴바제 삼바제 되는 공작이 있습니다. 되니 그군로 자주심 유군의 라제 퇴섬 검숨 제고래스 니제바 있나 디 산지고바 대한 튕고래스 산지고바 튕고래 산지고바 다다 주고래 제사 되니 냠는 제바 소 산지고바 톱투그래스 제사 되니 인자 교환중앙에서 퇴섬 검숨 냠내지도 랑등이 섬마다지 현심제 탐지기 된도 삼다지 어두스 냠내지 오래서지 알랍지 된다는 거다.
The advice that is being given to us by Rinpoche in this verse is that we've heard now through the preceding few verses the need to engage in study, reflection and meditation, the sequence and why this is important. And now it's been added that we need to ensure that our motivation is free of selfish intent, of the self-cherishing mind. Because if this mind is a dominating motivation for us, then we're going to be hoping for individual results for us, including very worldly results such as fame and prestige due to our growing knowledge and the variety of teachings we can say we've received. And if we stay dominated by the self-cherishing mind, no matter how much we study, reflect, and meditate, we will not be able to achieve the state of enlightenment. The intent of the Buddha, the intent of the Buddha's teachings, is to benefit all sentient beings in the most meaningful of ways, to help all sentient beings attain liberation from suffering and thereby the state of lasting happiness. And to do this, one has to abandon this self-cherishing mind. And this is because the self-cherishing mind, the selfish intention, this is not concordant with Buddhahood. It's not in harmony with Buddhahood. So therefore, one has to overcome this self-cherishing mind through developing the other cherishing mind. And this is done through studying, reflecting, and meditating. And this is done through studying and reflecting and meditating on topics such as love and compassion, leading to the generation of the sincere altruistic attitude of universal responsibility. And when this has risen and we've taken responsibility for the welfare of each and every individual sentient being, then naturally the wish will arise within us to strive to attain enlightenment. And how then will enlightenment come about? Through continued hearing of teachings, reflecting on their meaning, and meditating on them. So this way of practicing is in accordance with the result of Buddhahood. So therefore, the advice in this verse is to abandon the self-cherishing mind through engaging in studying, reflecting, and meditating, and thereby cultivating the other cherishing mind.
안에 지수고 냠내체 고 뭐람 야부 와셔 뭐람 지차래 된 퇴바지비 퇴비지비 된다들 삼다지 안에 야내야노 삼다지 시라 삼주기 시라 디유디 뇌바 뇌비기 또비기 삼주기 시라 겨워셔서 디몰람 겹살제 나디네 나 퇴삼중이 돼 퇴네 얘네 삼모동반이 된디 소소 또용도 되네 엠바 된제 두번님 시내 주 라동 주네 곰자야기 대소야고 용어 쇼세데 몰람 디몰람 줍시르와 나 디니기 몰람 가서 디니기 곰 냠는 퇴섬 곰선 냠는 제야디야 대양 랑둥이 섬 많이 받으셔 심지어 탐지기 된다라 군노들 심지어 탐지 대화대 된되다 심지어 동안다 자주 대양은 하섬 게 미지긴 세버 하섬 남다게 다디 장베게 장슈 셈기 군노 장슈 셈기 신제 냠는 제오래서 다디 군노 장슈 셈기고 심바데 마시에 사자 당은도 가르쳐 오래라나 다 장주심기 장주심데 되니기 퇴섬 검소지 냠는 제네 냠는 제도 다 장주심비기 장주심기에 제 냠는 제 조어도 가워래선 다데 발전주기 냠는 제대로 진배 냠는 제야 추림 냠는 제 수배 냠는 준주님 삼제 시를 냠는 제야 어디서 인자다 되는마 다 발전주기 냠는데 약을 용어 쇼어셔야 다 디고마시 발전주기 냠는데 The
meaning of these, the prayers that are being expressed in these most recent few verses is that our practices of firstly hearing go well. We have the opportunity to receive many teachings and take that opportunity. And whilst doing so, that we reflect effectively on these teachings that we are receiving. And we do this repeatedly over a sustained period until eventually the wisdom arising from reflection arises within us, or we generate the wisdom arising from reflection. And when this wisdom arising from reflection in relation to the object of emptiness has arisen within us, then as we heard this morning, that is when we are suitably qualified to enter into isolated retreat and cultivate the union of calm abiding and meditative insight on the object of emptiness. And what we've just been hearing in this verse then So the additional aspiration that has been made is that throughout this process, we keep as our motivation to be of benefit to others. And we cultivate this motivation to be ever stronger. And as we do so, our minds of love and our minds of compassion arise ever more strongly within us through our continuing familiarity with these minds, until eventually this altruistic attitude of universal responsibility arises within us. And thereafter, the mind of bodhicitta does too. And with this mind of bodhicitta, then our motivation to engage in ever more study, reflection and meditation will arise. And with this mind of bodhicitta, we also express the aspiration, or express the prayer, that may the activities of a bodhisattva, may my engagement in the activities of a bodhisattva, the 6 perfections, may these be successful. The practice of ethical conduct for bodhisattva, the primary practice of ethical conduct is to prevent their motivation being overcome by the self-cherishing mind. This is the primary practice of ethics for a bodhisattva.
Dagi dobi ngobo tamjala macha lui serna jomjode tomar sansin jimbe semjen kordo dune chugi timje shosel.
Now we come to the 17th verse, and the 17th verse is an aspirational prayer that one's practice of generosity, the first of the perfections, that this is successful. Unattached to my possessions, I pray that I destroy miserliness, gathering students around me by giving first of material wealth to satisfy them with Dharma.
마샤 루이 센나 좀지 되시다. 지상 아나도 유비게다 규자라 뭐보가네 주여베이나 다 규자라 뭐보상. 그 소수기 유비게 연대라서 봐다. 안데니게 소수기 루기 뉴쇼라서 봐. 그래서 유베나
디디타마?
셴 루기 뉴쇼. 셴 뉴쇼. 데니게 유바 가리 유베나 델야 아나가 지금 한 다그 도병어 데니게 아나들 유비 뭐보 차상이야. 데니게 소소야 빨루이나 가서 Delia, Sosuki, Senation to go right. Senation shall make down to go. Desan, Denisa, Bendigo, Chasalia, yes, Machawa said, Chava said, and the Senation, Delia Charge, Chela Chava Jena Senation. Says a Delia, Machava Jen, Sena, the Mevachu, or said, Sena Mevachu, or
Look at the first 2 lines. Unattached to my possessions, I pray that I destroy miserliness. Here, a bodhisattva would have as a primary motivation fulfilling the needs of others, and in particular, fulfilling their ultimate needs, but also fulfilling their temporary needs. And what is preventing us from doing this now? What is preventing us from using whatever resources that we have in abundance, as well as our skills and abilities, to help others? It is our mind of miserliness. This is what stops us from helping others. Our attachment to our resources, our attachment to our skills, not wanting to share these with others, that prevents us from acting like a bodhisattva. So here the aspiration that is being expressed is that having given rise to a bodhisattva, whatever material resources that I have in abundance, whatever good qualities that I have as a person, whatever physical skills and abilities that I have, may my selfish mind of miserliness never prevent me from using them in a skillful way to be of benefit to others.
And being who
has given rise to the actual mind of bodhicitta within themselves, a bodhisattva, will without hesitation use whatever resources they have, including their own body, as well as all their inner qualities, to bring benefit to others. Our situation is quite different, and this is because of the strength of the selfish mind of miserliness, the strength of our attachment. This is what stops us. So therefore, as an aspirant to the bodhisattva paths, we need to overcome our attachments and this mind of miserliness. And the way to do so is, as was mentioned in a previous class, we need to cultivate the practice of generosity. Generosity, then, is the mind wanting to give. The practice of generosity, as we spoke about yesterday, is a mind of intention, the mental factor of intention. This is the practice of generosity. It's not the person being helped. It's not the substance being used to help. It's not the person who is helping. It is the mind, the intention. So this is what we need to train, and the way to train is in meditation. So here we generate the mind, observing the suffering that others experience, and committing to give everything that we own, even what we don't own, whatever there is, if only I can help. May I be able to help in any and every way I can, and not just materially. May I develop all the inner good qualities to share with others. Those good qualities I have, may I not hesitate, may I give those to others, or help others through those. And training in this way, developing our way of thinking in this way, then this virtuous mind of generosity, this wish to give, this wish to benefit, grows ever stronger. And proportionately, the selfish mind of miserliness, this contrary mind, this weakens.
and chawa pangje ma simjele jimadango jime nyamne chigore chere jisan jime nyamne garaj ganes nangore lamna 당보 상승이 집었던 거래서 제 칼라메간 소라 칼라테 둘로메아스 둘로테 데니게 아니 면주지야라 데니게 상승이 집어 마 최들이야 아니 지금 코야게 튕겨 코야게 데니게 상승이 집었다 데니게 상승이 집었다네 아니 집었다에도 아니 심진 차상 현代소설이야 거고 제나 소설의 이체당 거울리고로와 Dinelea do and Sosugi and Delia Chushi, Din Chugi, Yamlet in the Chehore, Nick and give you some of this downward, Migawa in the Bangor said, on the Chushi, and the Kundu, and the Jiggy, Chushi, the Chun Yamlin Jeju. Then the Chun Yamlin Jidi, Yamlin Yaya George and the Corona, Yagi to do, San Tarba, the Tempting Him go on a good word, Sanya Chajus and Begay, those challenge and goddess. Dinashing around to Guinea. And Garchi orders in it, Chesang around to you, Bota, and Chasan, the Sena Mebaja, Dambo, and around to Neshelia, Sena Jumche, and the Delia, Shan Tongi, Sambachang, Sambachache, Sena Mebache, then the Sosugi, Gang to Chituki, and Shelia, Sosugi, Nuba Yovana, Rangi Tambo, Shelian, Chike, Sansing, Kundulota, and the Zeta, teaching Gari Pembiton, and Menjia, and Twingy and Garitone, all those in Robachia, and Robachi orders. Is that the name Robert Chejan, Suzuki, Robert Suzuki, Yamlin Chibi, Chasing, Kangashin, but the and Ya Hasam Namdagitone and Condolia, and Yamlin Chialpa, and Labores on this word. That's another.
Lobsang Namdak.
Lapsin, she.
Lobsang Namdak, things like
Lapsam Namdan, Kuno de Jin as Lasan, like a Simjet Duma Jadua, Simjet Dewa, then you get somewhat this one.
And the second half of the verse, gathering students around me by giving first of material wealth to satisfy them with Dharma. So this then is describing how Buddhas and Bodhisattvas will practice, how they practice generosity. So either having completely abandoned attachments or in the process of abandoning attachment, then they engage in the practice of generosity. So they're in quite a different place from us in that they've either completely or largely or partially actually started in abandoning attachment. And they are now offering to practicing generosity. And the starting point is that of material generosity. Material generosity is the starting point because this, in general, this is what beings in the immediate moment are in need of. And therefore it's easiest to help in this way. And through doing so, they create connection with beings. Beings appreciate the help that's been given to them, and connection is created. And through this virtue of practicing generosity, as well as through the connection that is being created with beings, then the Bodhisattvas and the Buddhas can fulfill their true wish, which is to practice the generosity of giving Dharma. And then, through this connection that has been built and this virtue accumulated, then the Bodhisattva and the Buddha, they teach the Dharma. They teach ordinary beings what should be adopted, what should be abandoned, what way of thinking should be abandoned, what way of thinking should be cultivated. And in this way, and then furthermore, not just teach them, but guide them, lead them in how to develop these minds within themselves, and not just for a short period, not just temporarily, but continuously until liberation and then enlightenment itself is achieved. So this is the way Buddhas and Bodhisattvas practice generosity. For ourselves, who are still governed by strong self-cherishing and attachment, we need to start through mental training, and then through generating, developing the mind of generosity, wanting to help others, giving rise to this wish to free others from suffering, leading to us to the thought how to do so. What material offerings can I make? What offerings of inequalities can I make? And giving rise to wish to be able to offer even more than one has, to develop oneself further so as to be of ever greater need. And then when these minds are becoming more intense and stable within us, then in accordance with our abilities, we need to practice generosity with others. So in accordance with what we have in abundance, then we offer to others with this good motivation of wanting to help others in both a temporary but also an ultimate way. And through our prior mental training, through our meditations, then we'll be engaging in these acts of generosity to others, guided by the motivating intention of the altruistic attitude of universal responsibility. And in this way, we can be of great benefit to ordinary beings. If giving of the Dharma is the greatest of generosity, then why is it said that the Bodhisattvas first start with material generosity? So material generosity, the need for material resources is immediate for beings. As we've heard in previous classes, that the aspiration has been expressed in preceding verses, that we may have a good rebirth, and may that good rebirth be marked by having conducive circumstances to practice. So even if a being has a wish to engage in spiritual development, but they lack the required material conditions to have a comfortable life, then they're going to have to put all their time and their energy into work and acquiring those material conditions, and will not have time to be able to sit with a relaxed mind, hear teachings, and then think about the meaning and go home and meditate on the meaning. So in order to be able to help beings overcome their material needs and to have the required material conditions in order to be able to practice the Dharma, this is where the Bodhisattva starts, fulfilling the material needs of beings. And thereafter, with those needs fulfilled and the connection formed and strong, then the Dharma can be imparted. And the Bodhisattva can train beings in terms of what minds to cultivate, what minds are harmful and need to be abandoned, and guide beings in how to do so, and this way lead them to liberation from suffering and enlightenment.
Mobo Gadi, Yoba Chasale, Ya Chakwa Kiche, Sena Majuma Shore, Sena Majuma Maze, and Shalia, Jimbatan to Jimbatayata, Sans Dambo and Sansingi, and the Ronji Jimbata, Dishelia, and the Chiki Jimbatan to Show, said the Molam Jawres, Molam Disungorwada.
The prayer that is being expressed here, that may we too come to be able to practice like bodhisattvas, guided by this motivation. May we too come to, with sincerity, offer all or utilize all our resources in a way that brings greatest benefit to others. And to be able to do so, may I abandon these minds of attachment and the selfish mind of miserliness, so that I can use all my resources and skills to bring benefit to others.
Daji on the Labja Karandan Gores and Azuki, that's not you go on Tovala, Jimmy Persian Yamin, the Tarchimba Kubo, Ezere. Sidanta Sanjo Gobon Tovala, Jimmy Persian Yam, the Tarchimako, Jimmy Yalan Persian Tarchiala, Gayen, never again the Doksho the Surian Senaries, Chisanganzuki, Chapati, Mobile, Chapati, Dele, Senache, on the Senati, Wongi Anzuki. Tibetan 2 years in Yaman Tarchima Yungo Maras. Just not the nigger Sena the Meva Su, legend. As a Sena Meva Suvala and the Karshua Sananzuki, Kasashubanashi, Rale, Mobota, Ujala, Kandi, Chubine, Lama, Conchula, Chubupi, Sempe Samla Chayata. And the Shen, Jotikila, Kandishalia, Pembi, Jawa Kandish Pantona, Chasalia, Stegi, Sempiki, Dangi, Sempi, Chimbatangi, Samla Chayata, and Chayachi. All those chine part. Tangi Simbit Nangisip, Disamno de Gaze, Chucha Jana Vene, Sena de Shuchun, shung Juores. Just Denige Samotakazi, taking Sebiki, Denige Tong is sent by the Samotakazi, Shukshato Vene, so Sena Shukchundro and Zan, then Ranlia, Nugoro, Jalada, Denigi, Nakaritone, Chicho Puята, Shanlia Roche, Yobana, Shanlia Roche, 2 Gores, Roche 2 Gores. Chesan Roche, Denigi 2 Modu and the Garsosna, Kayo Layu, and Shanlia Pingores. Shingi Dunga Sigor, Tiki to
Kayo Layo,
isn't it? Kayo Layo. Could win it on the Danis Roda. Got taking some now called Draw, taking something, Palamat and the draw the pay
cut some trouble.
Just not when taking some town, she could also New Yena. When I'm called Kala such a draw to the Ganga Setu or Digi do Yongua. Just like the Nigi Roche, when near up the Nigi and it something in Chimbata, call your Luki Ganga and the Nigi Digipa, Deotuyata, Digi Ganga de Setures. Since that the Nigi said to go and the Kolia Denigi Chid and Sosurang Robert Chid and Janda in a social Gochi Mures. And Gochi when that Gochi Sosuki, Sosolia Ichet and Goya would lay on and Susina that you know, Denis some tango, Digene, Yam, Denis some Yaku said, then Chu Pa, she Yamna Jeju. Then Yamna Jejunko and Yamna Jigi Yaya, Ya Tabata Tamjikimiko, go to the essay, and Jalia, those Yamna Chokures. And then Azuki. The Jimby Yamne Jimbata, Shan Roger, but the Tediza Marwa down to Sanjiko, Matobo the Gidina, Shanlia Pembe Jawa, Sanzinki, Tony and the Pembe Jaw to Kore. Jeza, Sechima in the Sosuki, and Shanlia Pembe to Jawa Juvela, Sosuki Twinkin, Benjo Gugorwa, Jeza, Denisa that Sedelia, don't be Semba Chanji, Jimbata Yamne Jeva Ina, Jawachima Sosuki Militoine, and Twinki Yahoo, Jimby Devodilla, Sosole Twinki Yahoo Gures, Jeza Twinki Yahuana. Then they go to Malaya, Shanlia Pimbi Jawa, Gashimu to Gores. On those who chilling as Jimmy Yamnetia, Tarshima Dores, Dores, Cesar, Manzo Samno Dinetaje, and Lucina, Dambo de la Don't Semba Jangaje, Pa, Gidina, Sena de Pa, Jumerton, don't dig in Sebe, Samba Jangores, Samba Jane, then the Sosurangi, Nubayana, come to the Chituki Roche, and Chupu, the Chichores. Then the Jena Sosurana get a chain Yamnechipi, Ganga Shimbatia, and Sosoyab, and Bear Samba Sambochin, Shanlia Lapures, on Dusimura, that on that, on the Dene Yamnechi the Labjetting on the Tireta.
The advice that Jeremy Pishe is giving to us in this verse then is that in order to attain enlightenment, one needs to engage in the practices of the Bodhisattva. And amongst the practices of the Bodhisattva, this verse deals with that of generosity. So what was then first identified is that the main obstacle to the generation of actual generosity is miserliness. So one needs to first identify miserliness and then strive to abandon it. And the method to abandon miserliness, I'll repeat, but we looked at it yesterday. So first, so the way to abandon miserliness is the meditation. So miserliness is a mind, and it is overcome primarily through developing the contrary mind, the mind of generosity. So in meditation, one generates great appreciation for the 3 jewels and the Lama, and one's teacher, and practices generosity in one's meditation. Imagines giving all that one has to one's teacher. Then observing the suffering that beings are experiencing, wanting them to be freed of that. Then one imagines giving all that one has, both material and material resources and inner qualities, giving to others to benefit others. Then, training in this way repeatedly over a sustained period, then such minds will arise in a powerful way within oneself. And this will mean that one will, when not engaged in contemplation, one will seek out opportunities to be of benefit to others. And when those opportunities come one's way, one will embrace them, one will help others willingly, wanting to do so. So this then means that independent on one's meditation, one has given rise to a wish that with sincerity, a sincere wish to help others in accordance with one's ability. So here one is helping others in a way that is sincere, it is genuine. One is not just leaving this motivation as something on one's meditation cushion, or something that one expresses to others that, oh, I would like to do all these things. But one is actually acting in accordance with this motivation, as not being left just as an intention, but that intention is being acted out on in either material activities or verbal activities, or physical activities or material or verbal activities. Thereafter, in addition to this motivation that has been, or in conjunction with this motivation that has been generated to help, this then is being expressed in offering to others, fulfilling others' material needs in accordance with our ability, not beyond our ability. And then on the basis of this connection that one is forming, then one is able then to impart advice, maybe in the future be able to teach some Dharma, in particular to teach others what are the virtuous minds that need to be developed for happiness and how to do so, what are the non-virtuous ways of thinking that lead to suffering and problems and how to abandon them. And in this way we are able to plant seeds that will later ripen in spiritual progression and enlightenment itself. And through practicing in this way, practicing generosity in this sequence, first with the mental development, then acting under the influence of these minds developed in meditation, the benefits will be apparent in this life, in that one's own way of thinking will be virtuous and positive and joyous, and benefit to others will be received immediately in this life. Moreover, through the virtue, the merit that one is accumulating, in our future lives we will have an abundance of favorable circumstances that are required in order to be able to continue our spiritual progression and to be able to be of ever greater help to others. And then through this, our progression to enlightenment will be greatly enhanced. So the starting point is to train in generosity, to meditating on generosity, developing the wish to and the ability to be of ever greater help to others through destroying and weakening our minds of attachment and miserliness, and then later to be able to act out on those impulses with sincerity, offering material help, offering advice, and later the Dharma. Now we come to a prayer relating to the conduct of a bodhisattva, of ethics. So this then brings us to the 18th verse. With a mind renounced and until enlightenment is achieved, though it may cost my life, may I never transgress even the smallest precept I've received, flying forever, therefore, the flag of freedom. So I'll read it again because this is a little different. With a mind renounced and until enlightenment is achieved, though it may cost me my life, may I never transgress even the smallest precept I've received, flying forever, therefore, the flag of freedom. Kunurang dewa tsamayimba?
Rang sosa rang di yutubya, tsedi dewa tubya tsa mayimba, ane garesina samba kununga dila, simja tam chigi duna sangyo tobar chigi, kowale tarji, kowale tarbigi, dundala ane nyamne chi, dombatiki sungi yensi nga zuki, nge chungi samba kiye che, ane lame tsaliya domba shuni, domba sunya diye, kelin chigorwa, dene kelin chiya di, ane chung chi ne, dadi chung gaya mara samche, ma sunga mayimba che, 차상 켈린 지들 제바나 신의 송진에 산지 고파 마토기 바도 송고를 해지래 진 예중 선배 자주 토기 바라 지들 산지 고파 마토기 바도 아니 제니겔 아주 domba 켈린 비 켈린디게 차상 야고시고 송고를 해서 그래
Denn die Tamako Sungye Kati Chungchik, die Kulongde, Ngenchungre, Tapa Topkere, Yamina, Simchen Sama, Tapala Chikere.
Ngenchung said, Simchen Tam, Jay Sanjo Gopa, Topa Duke
Simchen Sama.
That Rang Chipo, Rangi, Tarpatoya Duke somebody, Ngenchung Chakore, Ngenchung de la Niga Nijurwa.
Neither.
Dona Langazuki, Simchen Tamjiki. 탐지게 되는 코비드 동화들에 따라제 산주 고바 토벌 지긴 샘비게 내버 주요 삼바 니니게 샘비고 군에 라지 하나 주게 아니 코알 가소리 라메젤에 야 도모슈 도모수 소야디게 아니 니니게 도모슈디 바디게 아니 충주지 있네야 가와 맞지 아니 바수야 산주 고바 마도르기 바도 야고 송고를 해서 그러다
Let's then look at the entire verse here, or most of the verse rather. With the mind renounce and until enlightenment is achieved, though it may cost me my life, may I never transgress even the smallest precept I have received, flying forever therefore the flag of freedom. So this then relates to earlier verses that we looked at, where having given rise to the wish for a suitable basis, the very best of those, a precious human rebirth, and then to utilize that human rebirth in the very best of ways to ordain. And having ordained to overcome all obstacles to continue one's spiritual training swiftly and effectively, here the expression is that when one, having then achieved this and ordained, in the process of ordaining, one received vows from one's teacher and made promises, commitments to one's teacher, one's abbot or master. May I never transgress these precepts, not have the attitude thinking, transgression of this magnitude really doesn't matter, but understanding the importance of fulfilling the promises that one has willingly made. May these vows be kept purely, and may I do so from now until enlightenment, with a motivating mind of a mind renounced. And here the mind renouncer, this would refer to the mind of definite emergence. And here it carries the specific meaning of definite emergence of the Mahayana, in that one is striving to definitely emerge from cyclic existence in order to attain enlightenment for the sake of others, and lead all others then to cultivate the mind of definite emergence themselves, and lead them through this, from the suffering states of samsara to attain the states of lasting happiness, of liberation or cyclic liberation or enlightenment.
Dombo song de so la nyanga ye ba ine ya ne so de pa nyanga ma sam ba je so ane dombo song go re je wa ji sa so ge chi ye mi dong wa dombo song go re si dan da ga so se mi chi a zhe mi chi ja le ja wen na pe chu sue ge mi chi ge sue ge ji chi ke jiang sue wa le wen na dan so so rab jun chi me na o dang he pa mo se nga ko nga sue sa de sam je nga sue sa de sam je pa sue ja ba na 지금 말해지 네 나한테 연구를 수 수에서라서 제가 뒤로하다 저는 인자 그나 수에서라 삼제 아니 파드네버기네 아니 콜이야 강바자 라바자야다 아니 콜이야 코스샤베 나가서 파스베네 나도 좀 쉬어주고 와지 미스비 네바 되고로 이제 되는자 소그 치냐 아니 소수기 소수수에게 미지레베네 나 수에서라 삼제 파스야요 말해서 지금 소그 치냐 소수 Here the
commitment is being made to commit these precepts that we have taken willingly from our own side, even at the cost of one's life. So this then refers to the vow that the ordained have not to kill humans. And so if someone attacks one, maybe tries to kill one with a knife, it is not suitable for an ordained person to kill that person whilst trying to defend themselves. Certainly they can physically defend themselves, but not at the cost of taking someone else's life, because to do so would destroy one's ordination.
So me don't so then nobody the ne kele be don't but the and chike kuma nga zo tyaba chimi chu nyamle ji da ko she zang kuma cha ju sem ko shi go wa chi sa de ne za de ni gi tyaba chimi nga ju ge chu dim ye la ba song ya di be zo ge so la ba bya an ne di ko chu dim di da ma kha wa chin song go le ji ga sa ne song ya de san ju ko ba to bi chu song go le de ni ge song che nyamle ya ko che de song tu ba ina 타이베이 개선진바지 오래 타이베이 개선진바 타르베이 개선진바 개선라는 아무튼 이 개선 다샤바는 내야 하강하당 직최 유비게 다산로 최고로 와 개선디 세상 안 주기 수림 되니기 수림이하고 송반이 되네 수림데 타이베이 개선을 해서도 타바토비에게 다세 수라당 이제 되니기 냠내 야고 여바 유비게 다로시다 최고로 제가 타이베이 개선 진보로 쇼세데 되니 진바레스 지나 소수게 돈바 슈 냠내 야고 마지 송데 송야데 야고 송 두메나 되니 타이베이 개선 진거 마시도 타바토야야 안에 야여 조투고 말에 되니 소수게 냠내 메데 난 마셴 지 타바주투 말와 타바주 말은 셴라 마오바 셴라 타바주비치도 슈셰다 되니 갈레체고로 되니자 어두 신에 던다라 가르송고라스는 소수기 안에 라미전에 안에 돈바 예중에 삼배 군에 타로 상유고바 토바지 삼배 삼무군에 라 저기 돈바 슈와티 돈바 냠내 제딩에 샘자 탐지기도 상유고바 토베치도 디 돈바 야고 숨기 삼 송야다 안데야 안에 소소로 소라 밥나야 아는 이디 돈바티게 마가와치 숨이 삼제 송고레스 데네 송송지 냠내 제네 다 양아 저기 녀몽바 집어 바쳐데 집에 뻥바 토여도 탈바 톱주고로와 세상에 타이베이에서 짐버쇼스 데네 탈바 톱투버쇼스에디 아무나 자고레세 디리도
Du kannst ihn noch also Geld sind okay.
Me badendo yasemdo. 다섬미도 왔네. 간디는 맞다 왔는지.
남은 취기 강로. 남은 숙취기 강로래베. 네, 말해.
누가 나라디 기디가 막 가와는데 뭐 따요. 누가 나 좀인데. 니네 여기 맞았는데. 아니 나디 누가게 수루수루 와야 된다요.
And then also, furthermore, bearing in mind the context of where we are, so this in the text. So here, this verse also refers to the vows of the Mahayana, the vows of a bodhisattva. So where we see reference to vows, it refers to the vows of the ordained, and it also refers to the vows of a bodhisattva. So these vows then too need to be protected, even at the cost of one's life. So the bodhisattva, from their side, chose to receive the vows of a bodhisattva. And the motivation for receiving those vows was to attain enlightenment for the sake of others. So if in a situation of great harm, if they were to harm in return or kill another being, how would that be fulfilling their obligation of leading all beings to enlightenment? So for a bodhisattva too, to harm others, to kill others, this is completely inappropriate and therefore is to be abandoned. The purpose of receiving any of the vows is so that through training in these vows, so developing our mind through these vows, through cultivating the meaning of these vows, we will progress towards liberation and enlightenment in order to be of greatest benefit to others. So harmful action to others is contrary to this motivation of having vows to be of benefit, and then if one acts in a way that brings harm to others, this is contrary to the motivation that we've generated. Rather, what we should be bringing harm to is our own afflicted minds, because if we want to destroy something, that is what is to be destroyed, our own afflicted minds. And thereby we can achieve our individual goals and thereby enable others to also destroy their own afflicted minds and achieve our ultimate goal. And here, this final line, flying forever, therefore, the flag of freedom. So this then refers to our vows, which act as a banner. So the literal word here is the victory banner. We don't have one here, but if you've been to the monasteries in India, then they do have them inside their assembly halls and outside the assembly halls. So we don't have one here, but they do there. And so this then would serve as a sign of these vows that have been taken and are the commitment to strive for enlightenment, the fulfillment of these vows. This is being used here as a metaphor. So when one does see a victory banner, that is an ornament and will have some meaning attached to it. But what is really meant here in this verse, when the flag of freedom is referred to, or the victory banner of freedom, this isn't explicitly, or the meaning of what is being referred here isn't this these multicolored cloths sewn together in a particular way and then hung in a particular place. Rather, it is referring to the mind that we will have achieved, the culmination of this intention that is the mind of definite emergence. In other words, the cessation of having abandoned the afflicted minds together with their seeds, the achievement of liberation. So the liberated mind, the mind that is liberated from the sufferings of samsara, that is the flag of freedom. And then furthermore, this term precept then, we heard how it refers to the vows of the ordained, how it refers to the vows of the bodhisattva, and equally it refers to the lay vows. So having received lay vows, having from your side requested and received these lay vows, then these too are to be guarded in the same way, guarded at the cost of one's life until enlightenment, never transgressed, but keeping them in order to fulfill one's motivation of attaining enlightenment. And to understand the vows in the deeper sense, it is a commitment not to bring harm to others, a commitment to not to physically harm others, not to verbally harm others, and to subdue and pacify our mind, ensuring it doesn't go in the direction of bringing harm to others. And then this is the commitment, and the commitment is until enlightenment is attained. And the fourth way we can understand this term precept is what was mentioned at the start of this talk, that within the context of the Mahayana Dharma, the primary training of ethical conduct is that every single activity I engage in, physical, verbal activity I engage in from now until enlightenment, may be motivated by the wish to bring benefit to others.
Lunga yusum yugane shala nyaba chigime shala nebe chawa chigime sambe samno ko surimre jesa da ngana juge sanji gi jebada rashin ye kana digbeda sanji gi jebada ge dibasa zawine chigime sambe sambade surimre surim rashin gi digba chigime sanji gi jebada ge gi sanji gi maje she de sungshe gi jorwada maje sungye maje se de jena jebada kawa charwa deje sanji gi 결혼 창마동 아슬라르와 어떤 메신 켈린체르와 창동선나 제바나 가오라 사지 송게디다 가와차서로와 저는 디네자 사지 제바나 개비 사지게 미수야 요 말에 준시야 요 말에 안에가 소 창도야 요 말씀 사지 제바나 제가 사지 둘이야 안에 지게 제바 디네 송게스 켈린체르와 디네자 안데 디네 송게 지기메 선배 사지가 나와 대다 개비려가 지기메 선배 송야 디르와다 제바다가 송와 디나신데 라신지 디바카라 용데 디다 자오기는 지금에 선배 소야디 데니 소외 셈바디 추림시고래 당한 저기 나 데네에게 산지 전에 가서 저기 라메전에 돈보 마슈베네 아주 미치다 돈마 미자로시네 다 지금 융아 26년에 샬라 네바세 자오기는 지금에 선배 삼로디 소외 셈바 지금에 선배 삼로디 소외 셈바 디 추림래 니게 가르 숨고래서네 니 미스그메 선배게 삼로디 소외 삼 just me some sometimes to some sympathy. Digi Garsungo and Musa Sungo, Musa de Gago, just soon as you run soon. Then the Yendo be Mammy sent some Sungura, so you much soon, Diro Chegorua, just as soon as sympathy, and Jiggy me some similar. Just a Digi Garsungo and Pacho Gawa Gay Legacy, Dibi Legacy, Gago, just a Gaia di Sunya de Dibi Legati, Dibi Samlody, Diga. 지산디가야라 아주 디지기메에서 삼로디 숙심고 그래서 대단 수림님에 제세디 디한도 야네 양도 기디네 데니게 샬라 lunga yusumi bala shala nyoba jigme sayada sanji jebana gaibi lagasa sawo ime jigme sambi disamlo de yane yado nga zuge tangu uri sayada ta surim nyamne jese dirwa.
The practice of ethical conduct is a mind of restraint, a mind that commits to not bringing harm to others. And so this is a mind that of not harming others. It's a mind of restraint. And having cultivated that, it prevents one from physically acting in a way that would bring harm to others, or verbally communicating with others in a way that brings harm to others. So those who have vows, these were vows that you yourself willingly received from your preceptor. And if one is ordained, then amongst your ordained vows, many of them are prescribed. Any transgression of most of the ordained vows will be included within the prescribed misdeeds, so things that the Buddha prohibited for the ordained. But within both the ordained vows and the vows of the non-ordained, the lay vows, there are also those vows that prevent one from committing natural misdeeds. So for both the ordained and the non-ordained, then deeds which are naturally non-virtuous, these need to be avoided. And so what then is this practice of ethics? It is the commitment not to engage in activities that bring harm. And activities that bring harm refer to these natural misdeeds. So for example, having generating the thought, I will not kill, then this mind of intention of not killing, this is the practice of ethics. If that is missing, and one merely does not kill, one is not engaging in the practice of the ethical conduct of not killing, because the practice itself, this mind of intent of not killing, is absent. So the practice of ethics is this mind of not bringing harm to others. And it's guarding this mind guarding this mind, not letting this mind degenerate or acting contrary to this mind, this accumulates ongoing virtue, and it prevents harmful behavior. It prevents harmful physical and harmful verbal behavior. And this attitude, this attitude or this intention of ethical conduct is something that needs to be repeatedly generated over a sustained period, so as to make it ever more powerful. And thereby, when one encounters situations where one otherwise would have perhaps engaged in harmful activity through one's physical behavior or way of speaking, due to your mind being well trained, and one is not going to transgress the commitments that we have taken, and will not bring harm to others.
먼저 랍종주의 창도네 디보여서 그래서네 먼저 랍주의 갑라 상이 라메들이야 창동메스 상이기 창동주 말레스 제가당으로 제상 간나와 진상 간나와 나싱한서 랍중 갑라 슈디 갑라니 창동메스 켈린지고로 제상 제ля 창동메스 켈린지는 아주 창동메나 제상 수수기 켈린지비 켈린데나 가서로 제상디 창도네 랍중기 창도네 디보여 거래서 진보주의 창도는 디바요 말하시래요. 안디나지 시에 당으로래 대지바로 하다가 저기 랍주 시에 땅에 매스 상이시에 랍주의 시에 땅 주고 말해서 바까 나와 나싱아 저 랍주 시에 땅에 매스 killin제로 지난 시에 땅 완전 상이기 지난 창도는 디바요 말이나 까당 가입이 소소 killin대당 가입이 디발리 뭐래. 지난 김바 디네 창도는 지난 디바 말 되는 집에 가나마도 발라고 집에 가나마도 봐. 다 라신이 가나마도 발라는 내가 심지어 소주시에 되게 사이기 소나 마선데 너무 막힐이 맞아버리네 김바지기 대상이잖아 너무 마슈버리네 라면전에 심지어 소주지메 스베 킬이 맞아버리네 심지어 소주지는 디바사고 그래. 아니 킬인 제겐지게 심지어 소주지는 디바사고 제가 킬인 제나다 맞아나다 디 자와디 제반의 디바사고는 디니 디바들 라신이 가나마도 발라고 지산 나 김바디게 소야 되라 라신이 가나마도 비게 녀바 소야 되래.
To make clear the distinction between a prescribed misdeed and a natural misdeed, or prescribed non-virtue and a natural non-virtue. So prescribed misdeed is where one has accepted vows not to do things which aren't naturally non-virtuous. So, for example, drinking alcohol. That on its own is not naturally non-virtuous. Alcohol is made from barley or grapes, and so drinking this fermented grape juice, this isn't in itself non-virtuous. But for those so therefore it is not a natural misdeed. But for those who have taken the vow not to drink, such as the ordained, if they were to have a drink, to drink some alcohol and say, oh, well, alcohol is just made from grapes or from barley, no big deal, it's natural. Because they've made this promise, they have engaging in prescribed non-virtuous deeds, prescribed misdeeds. So that's a prescribed one. Another illustration is singing. So the ordained should not engage in singing. So no singing, no alcohol, no karaoke for the ordained. But it's not that these acts are naturally wrong, but a promise has been willingly undertaken that one will not engage in these. A natural misdeed, on the other hand, this is naturally non-virtuous whether one has taken a vow or not. So in the world, if people who have no vows on their continuum, if they kill, negative karma is accumulated. If they have a drink, from that drink, negative karma isn't accumulated. So that is the difference. Whether one has a vow to kill or not, if one kills, negative karma is created. But with alcohol and singing, only if one has made that promise not to do so would negativity be accumulated.
kulwa chanshu sem je tam ji na san yu ko ba to ji ji kulwa chanshu sem yu kun ye la je ma zu ge tya ba je ba da sam samdana samataya ane jingan zuge gomjare andina singa zuge tade jimbe nyamne dongye samba nga zu simje 탐지기 돈다는 게 산조 고방 토부도 지산 심전 탐제에 펜버 두기 삼제 니던달에 하는 게 라리아 뭐뭐 가래 쉬는 데리아 차과 맞게 봐지 데리아 차사 되는 샤리에 펜비 돈달에 당기 아니 데니 삼 돈에 삼바 자야다 데네가 삼는 데네 자야다 데네 디나시 만주 류가 예수님 요건에 딕빌야사데 자오기네 지미야 선배샹의 뇌비 자와서 자오기네 지미 선배야네 양도 삼다 자야제 데니게 자제 먼저 라렌데레 데 데니게 삼다비게 당한주 진타마들다 야지 몰람게 데니게 기회 사샤바 데니 냠는 제바디디 한 진바다 추림나 디소에 냠나 탈지네 산요고모 교고 뉴도 토바쇼세 몰람게다 데니게 기와 사샤바디게 심제 탐지 아니 동안에 자제 한 사유고 방토비 교교와 쇼사나 언도시는 거 몰람게야데선 안디고 안디 드링게 달 저기 대상다디 납질해야지 되는 시도 하다가죠 안디는 마다 상인 마디에다 짐바 수비에 냠는 걸마 모디셔야
And how to incorporate what we've looked at this afternoon in our practice. So we've been hearing the need to engage in hearing of teachings, reflection and meditation on that, so that we can give rise to the actual mind of bodhicitta. And even when we have given rise to uncontrived bodhicitta, actual bodhicitta, then the need to engage in continued hearing of teachings, reflecting and meditating on them continues. We need to do so as to develop and strengthen our bodhicitta, as well as to develop and strengthen the practices of a bodhisattva. So we spoke then today again about the practice of generosity, which, as we heard, is the mind wanting to give, the mind wanting to help others, the mind wanting to be of benefit to others. And then this, we heard about how to train in this. So we do this in our meditation, generating through our meditation this wish to be of benefit to others, to use the resources that we have, both material and inner qualities, to bring benefit to others, giving rise to the aspiration that whatever inner qualities are still developed, these will be developed to utilize for the benefit of others. And then accompanying this practice of generosity, we heard about the practice of ethics, which is the complementary mind to not only bring benefit to others, both temporary and ultimate happiness to others. May I ensure I don't bring harm to others, subdue my mind, subdue my speech and my behavior, bringing no harm to others. And then accompanying this, the commitments that we've received with our vows and promises. And these kinds of trainings are something we need to engage in repeatedly over a sustained period, developing this way of thinking and making it second nature to us. And then when we come to dedicate, when we dedicate the merit we've accumulated in our meditation, with an awareness of emptiness of the three spheres, we dedicate that the aspiration that we have generated, may this be fulfilled. May we attain enlightenment for the sake of others, and thereby lead each and every being in their own spiritual development and progression to the attainment of their own enlightened state. So that's how we can incorporate what we've looked at today. And then tomorrow we'll continue and we'll come to the third perfection, that of patience. Okay, so we're a little late, so we'll finish here then. Thank you.